I know y'all only hear this podcast for an hour, but imagine to have to deal with this for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So my lovely lady, she gets the Danny Brown show all the time.
It's the Danny Brown Show. Sit back, relax, you already know why you make studios. It's the Danny Brown Show. We about to get live. Let's go. It's the Danny Brown Show. Sit back, relax, you already know why you make studios. It's the Danny Brown Show. We about to get live. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? It's the Danny Brown Show coming to y'all motherfuckers live from YMA Studios, Austin, Texas. It's your boy, Danny Brown. It's your boy. I told you, I always show my age with that kind of shit, though. It's your boy. Holla at your boy. Got the Booth Boys with me. How y'all motherfuckers doing, man?
Yo,
Great,
man. Good, man.
Yeah, man. YMA Live was crazy. Shouts out to the big mommies, Tom, Christine, and Tim Dillon. Hey, man, I will say, the homies back at the crib, they was pretty upset with me, man. I mean, they figure, let me show support for the boy. I mean, they not like, they niggas. They niggas from the hood. They don't really, I listen to podcasts. That was my whole shit. I've been a mommy for years. Y'all know that. But that's not their thing. So they felt like they were supporting me. They bought the live show. And the heavy segment, they didn't understand, but I'm pretty sure, I know a couple of the homies, they saw it on the timeline. People talk about the heavy segment, but I feel like niggas, that's me. I could picture myself in in they frame of mind, like the heavy segment. They probably thought you was talking about BBWs, They ain't think like the heavy segment, So they watched the live show, and they were entertained for the most part for the show. But they wanted their whole deal was they wanted to see the song, They wanted to see your boy. And they had to get through the heavy segment to do that. So they didn't see none of the homies. They were like, man, I didn't even see your song, man. I didn't even see the song, but man, it was dicks going through stilettos and like what the fuck you got me involved in? Like, because the homies, we all support each other in Bruiser Brigade. So if anybody do something, me, Zaloopers, Bruiser Wolf, like if we got some cool shit going on, we probably, I couldn't say that I know because I wasn't there. I'm just knowing what, holla at my boy Scooty. My boy Scooty told me. But so I'm pretty sure they had a little function. They probably was barbecuing, had some bitches over. Like we about to watch my boy Danny on some shit. And they sitting there as a crew. They all together. Think they watching some wholesome content. And all of a sudden, the heavy segment comes up, and I guess it ruined the party. Like yeah. I want to apologize to all my bruisers back home, man. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know. Y'all don't. At the end of the day, it's like even like the homies. Motherfuckers be watching my podcast and shit. Like even remember I told y'all the story about the snake and shit. Like man, the snake and shit. My pop brought the snake through. That probably gave me some trauma and shit. My dad gonna send me a text message like I love you, son. I already knew what that shit was about. I'm like, man, stop listening to this shit, man. So I want to tell all y'all motherfuckers, man, friends, family, anybody that love me or care about me, man, stop listening to this goddamn podcast, man, because I ain't about to start censoring myself or thinking about shit, because that's one thing I hate about comedy. I always knew that for me to be the funniest I can be is not to have a filter. Because once I start thinking too hard, be like, I'm saying shit to fucking, like I can't say that. Obviously I know it's like I say, it's certain shit you want to say. If you say it, then you gotta deal with the consequences that become behind that. Like even like I know my girl listens to the show all the time, and she be fucking mad at me and shit, and all that kind of shit. She shouldn't be listening to this shit, because at the end of the day, I'm not about to fucking censor myself for comedy. And if sometimes we do shit together, and I'll be like, oh, this shit funny. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this on the podcast. So you probably should. Anybody that's my friend, they should probably. I'm not saying censor yourself or I'm gonna do anything, but I'm not about to fucking anything that's going on in my life, I'll bring to this shit. So I'm sorry. Even when I was talking shit last episode with FN Mecca, I'm waiting on him to drop the diss song. Cause I don't know if it's whack. I ain't about to come back. I ain't gonna make no shit. I'm just trying to set you up so I can talk about it on the podcast. I might fucked up though. I might fucked up and already exposed myself too quick.
We can bleep that out.
I mean, no, fuck that. Let them know my intentions with this AI shit, man. I mean, I feel them. Cause I actually seen I ain't gonna say no names, but I seen a younger rapper. Like, I can't believe how triggered people are getting behind this. Like, on paper, it's crazy and all that shit, but this shouldn't be nothing that really affects. Cause, motherfucker, I'm from the era where I remember walking miles with $3 in my pocket just to buy a Source magazine, just because that would let me know what's going on this month in hip hop. Right now, everything comes to us so quick. You know, we don't even give albums a chance to digest to us. We don't even listen to music that long. That's one thing that I really be so fucked up with my music and shit, because it takes me a long ass fucking time. Like, even the song we just put out, Winter, shouts out to everybody that been making remixes to it, you know. Like, that song took me a month to make, as simple as it sounds. And I was fucked. And I know you get these young rappers that go into the studio and they can fucking make 5 songs a night. I was that guy too, you know. And I would tell you guys, have fun while you can. Make as much shit, be as free as you want. Because when you get to my age, man, you rap the fucking lot. And I said everything that I can possibly think to say. And a lot of times, it's not necessarily that I can rap. It's just like, I mean, how many times are going to beat an old drum? And like, I can't say, I mean, I said that before. I said that some type of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to figure out another way to, I guess, say the same shit, because I'm just talking about my life in some sense. I mean, it's obviously a progression in some shit. I mean, I'm not obviously about to start like fucking dropping Muay Thai bars. But I'm just saying, like, I talk about what's going on in my life, but that's what kind of takes a long time. And I like, even what's going on with this album right now, and I think about it, it's like, I never had a problem. I mean, I always had a problem with putting out albums when I think about it. Like, when I put out Triple X 30 with Fool's Gold and all that, it was initially just intended for them. They were like, oh, we're going to put it out as a free album, as a mixtape, which I have no problem with, but I've done that countless times before that, you know? So I was like, putting out Triple X. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah, look at him. Look at that guy right there. Yeah, with the look at that. With the, it's all gay, man. I know what was like, what did you talk about? But no, you know what happened, because, you know, just shouts out to my homies. But I hate when people, because I used to do that shit all the time, when you be like, man, no homo. Motherfuckers be like, no homo, no homo. As like a, I don't know, it sounds like a bad thing, whatever. So to myself, I came up with my own term, my own slang. So anything good, be like, man, it's just all gay, man. It's all gay. That's happy, man. It's great. It's all good, man. So it's all gay, man. So yeah, but yeah, I've looked a lot of different ways, man, in my life, man. Like, I don't, I went to my one little situation with therapy and all that, and they were talking about like how much I changed the way I look. We had a conversation about that, and that's like, is that a way of always like constantly trying to, like, you're not happy with yourself, because you know, a motherfucker, you know, like I say, you know, you look the way you want to look, but I'm always consistently, I think, and I don't think it's that. I think it's kind of like the opposite way around. I think a lot of people, they get caught up in the way they look, and they be like, oh, I look good like this, and they only look good like that. I think I'm hot, like I think I'm hot as fuck the way, all type of way. So it don't matter what I do to myself. I feel like in the beginning, I used to just make myself look ugly on purpose, because I just wanted to attract a higher clientele. Because you gotta have like a diamond eye, like, you get what I'm saying? See, I got that, because there's a lot of bitches that'll do that. Like, a bitch would be like, she bad as fuck, but you can't see it in the outside element. You get what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen that? Like, you be like, damn, man, she look, because she fuck herself up, but then the bitch take her glasses off and like whip her hair, like, do some ill shit, like, oh shit, this bitch bad. I always loved that. That's always been my thing. Like, when a bitch, so you got to have like an ill ass eye, like an eye for talent. Like, I got an eye for a bad bitch. Like, I know when you hiding it. Like, the type of bitches that got a fat ass and they wearing all these extra weird layers and doing shit, and they be like, I know you got a fat ass. Like, you know, I've been that guy. It sounds creepy, But to me, it sounds like I got high taste. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like fine, like you can see any bitch like she's showing her ass, like, oh, she got a fat ass. No, the ill shit is to find one that ain't putting it on display. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love to go to Dubai, seeing all them bitches with the Muslim shit on. I'd be like, yo, I know that's a fat ass right there. Like, I can get it. I can get the appeal of that too. You know? Because I would say that's one thing about even certain bitches. Like, a motherfucker be like you ever found it when they got the wide hips, but it ain't really fat. But from the front, it'll look fat. But then when they, you know, it ain't really poking like that. When they bend over, it's gonna round out. So it's gonna be fat. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of dudes might see that and be like, oh, she ain't got no fat ass like that. It's like, no, the ass is fat. It's just, this is like, it got a bake in the oven. This is like, it takes some time to make it a fat ass. You get what I'm saying? See, a lot of dudes don't want to work for that. They want to get to just the quickness of the action. Like, you see it in the street. So a lot of, like, that's what I call those secret shockers. You know what I'm saying? It's a shocker. Like, man, she had hips and it was like, man, oh, her ass ain't fat like that. It's fucked up. But she get naked and bend over, you're like, damn. That was a shocker, secret shockers. You get what I'm saying? So I'm all about secret shockers, man. Hold on, what am I talking about right now? I feel like I'm getting hey, Kevin Gates. Y'all seen that, man? I love Kevin Gates, man. Shout out to Kevin Gates, man. One of my favorite artists in recent decades. But they say he's been getting creepy on stage. Has anybody seen this?
Nah, what's going on?
No, they just saying he's getting overly sexual. Like a type of nigga, he's stool humping. Like in comedy terms, look, he's been sexually aggressive. Look, it's 3 hours ago. Look, fans leave. Look, Kevin Gates started fans with a dance routine. You know what I'm attribute this to? Let's stop this. I'm gonna attribute this shit to. You know what's going on right now? I feel like Instagram fucked a lot of people up with fitness. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of motherfuckers that's getting in shape and they getting muscles and they don't got the discipline behind the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Kevin Gates, he was like a cool nigga when he was like chubby and fat and he was drinking the lean and all that shit. But now he got muscles. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got a six pack. He's sexy. Now he overly sexual on stage. He humping the ground. He's going crazy. Like he's doing, look. He got his belt buckle open. Look. Oh, shit. It's the muscles, man. Some niggas can't get muscles, man. That's like, see, like Zolo, like us. We doing the Muay Thai shit. We understand that this shit is, one thing I would say, but like me, I talk a lot of shit. Niggas will, and I talk a lot about getting my ass whooped on here too. But a nigga will whoop my ass. I think Muay Thai definitely humbled me. Like, we go to the gym, bro. Bro, shouts out to Chantel up in that motherfucker. You go up in there early morning or something, this bitch kicking, oh, I'm sorry, I ain't calling. But she kicking the bag. Look, she gonna fuck me up now. God damn it. But she kicking the bag. It ain't like us kicking the bag. It's a different story. And she looked like a cool, just regular homegirl out in the streets. You get what I'm saying? So it made me humble. Like, man, you can't fuck with everybody at whoop my ass. Then you doing the drills, you doing shit, I suck at fighting. I never been good at fighting. It always been jump to get jumped. So I would definitely say one thing about doing any type of martial art, it should probably give you like a discipline. You know? Cause that's what made me crazy when you seen Wiz Khalifa, when he told the DJ, he's like, nigga, I'll beat you up. Like, he been doing it for years, but I feel like the more you do it, because maybe because I'm older, like at 40 years old, I'm already fucked over anyway. Like, there's a 19-year-old motherfucker that'll come around and give me some shit. I get that. I'ma still talk some shit. You gotta do it. That's one thing about me. You gotta do it, which is fucked up. So I do need to learn some shit, you know? I will say there's no downside, you know, to us doing the Muay Thai and shit. I mean, it's hard as fuck for me at 40 years old to be learning and shit and be good at it. But I feel like me learning how to fight and letting me know how not good I am at fighting. So it's gonna let me not get into a fight. You feel what I'm saying? Like before, it was like I was oblivious I was blind to the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm just being on some nigga shit. Like, whatever, motherfucker, what up? What's up? What's up, nigga? What's up? You got some you talking some shit, especially I get some drinks in me. Don't let me do some bumps. I think I'm Bruce Lee. What's up? Nigga, what's up? I done got into some shit. I swear to God, this is not too long ago, but I can tell you just how dumb of me drinking. That's why drinking is never a good thing. Drinking is, I feel like I said, drinking and mushrooms, I shouldn't be doing that shit together because you're gonna do some dumb shit. But I feel like, because you shouldn't be in public. You always, you're supposed to do mushrooms in a nice, closed environment with some people that you care about that's gonna really look out for you and do it. I think I should treat liquor like that. Like, I shouldn't be in public with liquor. I should be in a nice, enclosed environment. Don't let them go nowhere with people that really love me. Like the type of people, like if I was to shit on myself or like piss on myself or like, they'd be like, man, they'll love me tomorrow. Because you can do shit like that. Niggas like, I ain't fuck with that nigga no more. So yeah, spin the motherfucking wheel. I literally forgot what I was talking about. That was like a system error. I was going somewhere too with it. I think that's what make this podcast good in some time. You never know what's gonna happen. Oh, the afterlife. That's a good one to talk about. Cause I was going through my mushroom binge, going through my mushroom phase and all that. And I told y'all like, not too long, I took mushrooms, it didn't work. Like it didn't work. But the deepest that I went, I took 5 grams one day. And just during this mushroom trip, yeah, of course I saw a lot of visuals. The craziest part, how you see the visuals when you see if anybody met the toe ring bitches. And the toe ring bitches is the same as the white niggas with dreads. That's their couple. And then they wear these like elephant pants with like this type of shit that's in the background. That's the shit that you see. And it fucked me up a little bit. I see how people become weird mushroom niggas. Cause they take mushrooms and then they see all these visuals and they see all these patterns and colors and all that. And then you wear clothes that look like that. Like, no, I'm definitely not one of them kind of niggas. Like, y'all retarded. Like, please, I'm all right. But okay. So I took the mushrooms. I mean, taking mushrooms and doing all that. But the mushrooms, I don't know if I talked about this on here, but I might have. But it showed me my grave. Did I talk about this?
Yeah, you said you time travel.
Oh, yeah, but it showed me my grave and all that. But I feel like the biggest thing in my life, I was always scared of death. Like, scared of dying. Like, death is like, I don't know why. I don't know. But just something about, just the whole process of that. Like, but the mushroom trip showed me that that's what you're supposed to do. Like, everybody's going to eventually die one day. It's almost like a graduation of life. When it's ready for you to happen, that's when it's going to happen. It is what it is, man. And I feel like I was always scared of dying. Like, I always want to, like, I don't know. But now I'm not. That was, like, going through that trip, like, made me understand that was not something that I should be worried about. Like, I should be, because I feel like that's been my downfall in a lot of shit. Like, even me as an artist, when I started to get big as an artist, my whole shit in life, instead of me caring about, like, doing shit and working hard to make myself bigger as an artist, I was just so scared that this is going to end one day. This is going to end any day. Like, I'm not going to. So I'm so worried about the negative shit than I am about the positive shit. I think that's my biggest problem in life. So I'm always, so yeah. So death is like one of those things too. I'm so worried about dying that I'm not living. And now going through that trip has gave me the, like understand like, bro, everybody got to do that shit. That is what it is. But while you here, do what you got to do, man. Stop thinking about that shit. You sitting here worrying about that. Because a lot of decisions that I would make will be dictated by that kind of shit, Like, man, I don't know. That shit. Like, you might tell me to go to a certain club or go out to it. Like, I don't know, man. Niggas be shooting at that bitch. I ain't going out, And I might miss out on a lot of shit. Being paranoid of death. Subconsciously without even really knowing it, Like, it used to be a lot of times where artists would come to Detroit. And I had this thing. Like, if you didn't hit me up the night before, I'm not coming. So it was a time where like artists would come to Detroit. They would always hit me up like, come up, pull up to the show, pull up to the show. But if you call me the day of the show, like I'm like, nigga, I'm not coming. It ain't like I got kids. That's the fucked up part too. I mean, my daughter's 20 years old. So it's not like I got little ass kids. It's not like, but my whole shit was, nigga, it's Detroit. I ain't about to just be randomly running around Detroit showing up. I don't know what the fuck going on. I ain't doing that. You got to tell me a day ahead so I can prepare for the whole shit, figure it out. But, so it got to the point now, motherfucker come through, they don't hit me up. And I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? It is one thing I always say about me is that if I knew me, I wouldn't fuck with me either. So I swear to God, if I knew me, I wouldn't fuck with me either. So I don't be mad when motherfuckers be like that. But when people do really fuck with me and they show me, then, I know them like that. They kind of like me, Like a lot of people don't get that. A lot of like people like, oh, you funny. And comedy come from trauma, kind of. Like comedy always come from bad places. It's never been the reason why I'm funny is because I've been through so much dumbass fucked up shit that I had the only way that I can make it out of it and kind of like have a positive outlook on it is if I created a joke and laugh. Like we was talking about that. Like when the therapist was talking about me, like I laugh out of fucking out of nervousness. That's why people always like, oh, Danny Brown got a funny ass laugh and this and that. But I'm only laughing, like I laugh at the dumbest shit. I seen that in one of the comments, which I will say this. I have stopped reading comments and shit, so I'm over it. I'm not reading no more comments. But I seen one of the comments like, man, this motherfucker just be laughing for no reason. Like he burnt. I was like, you know what? I ain't laughing for no reason no more. So I'm making a conscious effort to not laugh. I try my hardest. Like y'all motherfuckers talk so much shit in the comments. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get me? That shit. Bro, I try my best not to say this shit. Like that even hurts. Even when So I told y'all motherfuckers, fuck y'all. I'm not reading the comments no more. Y'all ain't no podcast A&Rs. I was reading. I feel like in the beginning of doing this podcast, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was nervous as fuck. Like I really didn't, cause I'm so scared of always saying some fucked up shit. And it was or I was like, man, in the beginning, I was like, man, am I ruining my rap career by doing this? Cause now you get to see a different side of Danny, cause motherfuckers in your rap music, you want to be like you want to be a superhero. You want to be cool as fuck. Like, this and that. I'm cool as fuck and this and that. But, when you watch this shit and you see how I'm always getting my ass whooped back in the day and how my girlfriend right now is always punking me out and the next thing you know I'm going on a weekly drinking binge, which I think is kind of funny. If I was a fan of this podcast, I would think that would be hilarious. Like, man, every now and then this nigga, like that would be like the arc for me. Like, bro, this nigga, he be chilling. He be doing the podcast. It'd be funny and shit, but every now and then, man, some fucked up shit might happen. He drunk as fuck for like a week straight. If I'm saying I'm not trying for none of that shit to happen no more, man. Because I really felt bad about that shit. I swear to God. I'm sorry. I apologize to y'all. I'm sorry, man.
You don't need to apologize.
Definitely don't gotta apologize.
No, I'm just saying. You gotta it's all about self-accountability, man. And like I say, I was ashamed of myself. I really felt bad about it, Because we were doing so good. I was doing so good. I went to Muay Thai. Was that the day you went with me? No, that was after.
Yeah, we went like the next day, and
you
were
went after.
telling them that
that was the day I went. I had a great Muay Thai class. Fucking, I went to the crib, and then the whole shit was because Tony hit me up, and he'd been hitting me up like pull up, and I've been like, man, no. Again, my girl, she know. Like at the end of the day, she really love me, and she tries her best to take care of me. So I always talk shit and be mad and this and that. But that's just like, I tell her in the most loving way that we have a Al Bundy, Peggy Bundy relationship, and the dogs are the kids. In the most loving way possible, But yeah, so and if it wasn't for her shit, who knows? I probably would have went to jail that night. Cause that's another thing. Oh, I went to my barbershop. Now I went to my barbershop. Guess what they said?
What?
Oh, you Danny Brown. Not a whole shop. Now they showing me love. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not about to go into any type of business and you don't want it. And then I'm like, you know who I am? I'm Danny Brown. I'm not about to. That's just corny as fuck to me. So now that they know who I am, but now they showing me extra love. like I say, it was a bad thing for me to go through that mushroom binge and start drinking and all that back again and all that shit. But a lot of good shit came out of it too. You know, like I know my girl's mad at me and all that. I love you, baby. I know you listening.
Yeah.
Oh, we ain't gotten the shit. We've been talking.
The other thing too, man, is that like that shit's real. You know, like regular people go through that shit all the time. So to hear someone like you going through that stuff, it's real. I think it helps people.
Yeah. Oh, even that. That's what Spencer was talking about. He was like, man, cause you gotta think, me fucking around. I mean, at the end of I would say Muay Thai. What would I say? It humbled me. I would never fucking try to fight a person ever again in my life after doing this shit. But a person starting to do this at 40 years old, this is not like you shouldn't be able to be. You ain't gonna learn shit, to be honest. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to implement this into like the real world. To me, honestly,
You wouldn't even spar with me though.
no. But that's I was saying that to say, like when Spencer was talking, he was like, man, he think I'm kind of like, which I can kind of see, like I'm kind of younger than a lot of 40-year-olds. Cause when I meet motherfuckers my age, like yeah, I got my daughter's 20 years old, but it's it's a lot of just different shit. Like motherfuckers, I'm still like younger. Like I don't like motherfuckers my age ain't like me kinda. And it always kind of been like when I was 30, I wasn't like the other 30-year-olds always around. And it sucks to me because it puts me in this kind of crazy shit. Like even my girl, I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with y'all niggas. She like, man, you ain't about to be hanging around with no 20-year-old single niggas. It's like, fuck, I can't even hang with the booth boys.
Wait, when was that? When she said you couldn't hang with us?
That was recently. I was like, man,
What
they be
were we
going
gonna do? You
I'm
mean
like,
for
no,
the-
I was like, man, they be going to movies and shit. Them niggas be doing cool shit. I want to hang with the homies. She like, they 20-year-olds and single. What you got to be hanging with
I'm
them
neither
for?
of those two things. What?
I know.
She
I
tripping.
know that.
She tripping.
But I understood where she was coming from. You know? But yeah.
I don't know, man. My girl and your girl are friends now. We gotta change that.
No, we can definitely do some double dating. But see, my girl want to do cool shit. Old cool shit.
We like to do cool shit.
I'm down with cool shit. I'll drop my bank account. I don't give a fuck. I'll put it to zero. Let's do it.
What's
we
the
ain't
cool shit?
we ain't draining no bank account. No, they want to go to nice restaurants and drink wine.
We're down with that,
Yeah.
man.
I know that. I'm not. I want to go fucking K1 go-kart racing,
Let's do that too.
batting cages.
Let's do it all, man.
That's the shit I'm telling her I want to do with y'all niggas. She like, man, you not about to hang with no single 20-year-olds.
Bring her.
Yeah, now we have to. That sounds like
That's
a
the
compromise.
point. Even I said that recently to her. She like, sometimes a motherfucker just want to do some nigga shit with his niggas. You know, I'm with you every day, all day. And part two, man, I want to say this. It's only so many people that get the chance to like experience this for long periods of time. I know y'all only hear this podcast for an hour, but imagine to have to deal with this for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So my lovely lady, she gets the Danny Brown show all the time. So I always feel like she's tired of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should probably, which I feel like, because she, any given time, she gets the fuck on, but it's almost for me to watch the dog, because Ditto is so fucking crazy. It's like, let me get the fuck out of here. But goddamn, I will say this is the first for this show. We made it 30 minutes without going through anything. Well, we'll happen to some Ask Danny. Ask Danny. Hit me up at Danny@theDannyBrownShow.com. That's Danny@theDannyBrownShow.com. You also leave a voicemail at 512-522-9256. Holla at your boy. You got questions, I got answers. The voicemail 512-522-9256. Motherfuckers never leave voicemails, huh?
We got voicemails.
Try one. Let me hear it.
All right.
What's up, Danny? It's Andrew. I was listening to you and Tom on Two Bears talk about fashion, and you had the great recommendations. And I wanted to know if you could recommend some good headbands, because I'm a balding man, and I don't like hats because it feels like I'm just being ashamed of my dome. But could you recommend some headbands? Because I think that's my new thing. I want to get some, like, fresh headbands, so please hook it up. Thanks, Danny.
Oh, yeah, headbands, man. At the end of the day, that's a sporting item. You feel me? That's not nothing that's about fashion. Because I know you can go buy you an expensive ass Gucci, Louis Vuitton headband and be all like that. Your boy ain't gonna tell you to do no dumb shit like that. I'm gonna tell you what you gonna do. You got to be like Allen Iverson, man. You got to be with the niggas that created this headband shit. You want to hide that hairline? He didn't wear a Nike one, but we ain't gonna. I would just say that was him. You know, he dropping it low. But shouts out to my dog ASAP Yams. We gonna say ASAP Yams if you want to go with one. And ASAP Yams always wore a Nike headband. Can we put a headband? Just because I want to see him with a headband. Can we find one? Because he wore the Yankee. Boom. There we go. Now, if you want to rock a headband, you got to do it like ASAP Yams. You know what I'm saying? So you wear the Nike, but you flip the Nike logo upside down to make it a Newport logo. And that's what real niggas do. So yeah, get you a Nike headband, flip it upside down and make it a Newport logo. And yeah, that's that. I mean, I fucks with this. I went to a Yams day and I wore my Coogee sweater with my upside down Nike headband. Can we pull this up? Can we pull up? I felt real great. I mean, you might have to type Danny Brown Marmot, M-A-R-M-O-T. M-O-T. Would that come up? Oh, goddamn, you can't.
M-A-R-M-O-T.
M-A-R-M-O-T. No, it ain't came up. It's on like the Marmot sites and shit. But yeah, I wore my Marmot. I wore the upside down. I wore Wallabies. Shouts out ASAP Yams. I will say, man, everything was a lot better when ASAP Yams was around, man. So I will say that when I think about a time in hip hop, or I will say the best time that I ever had doing this rap shit and being a part of this culture and all that shit, man, when ASAP Yams was around, that was the best time of my life. Once he wasn't around no more, I feel like that's when everything went to shit, to be honest. All right. We're jumping to some Ask Danny's.
Got one more voicemail for you if you want.
Oh, go ahead. Run it.
Hey, Danny Brown, this is Jorge from Chicago. I got a question. I had an ex-coworker that told me a story about you being at a concert venue with, I believe, A$AP Rocky, and only one person bought VIP tickets to go see you, and you and him just ended up doing Molly. You ended up performing the shit, and I was always wondering if that was true or not. So just let me know if that's true. Love the podcast. You're doing your shit. You're doing good. Keep it going. High and tight. Love you.
I wouldn't put it past you that something like that happened, but he said it was in Chicago.
I think. And he said
Chicago?
you guys did the show for one person?
No,
I think that's what he's saying?
I don't think that's true. I remember, no, I can think in my head of the like crazy, like ill, like fucked up shows. Like I remember one time, me and Schoolboy Q, we played for a show in Colorado at a college, and like a you know how those college kids, they get their funding or whatever the fuck, and they book some shit. But they had their shit together. They made us, they be like, man, y'all both, I don't know, they ain't had a function already put this, but y'all both got to play like 2 hours. We had to play like 2 hours apiece. But it was a nice bag, because it was a bag in the midst of the tour. That's one thing you can do. Like when you're going through a tour, and then you got like an off day, and then take an off day show. So it was like an off day show. And I remember us, it was like, I felt like it was like a weird like student hall. It wasn't even a stage type of shit. I feel like they had to give us a lot of money for us to do it. At that time, probably was a lot of money, but we had to play for 2 hours, and neither of us had 2 hours worth of music to be performing in front of anybody. And we really struggled and lived our life. And it was a whole thing, like you can't smoke there. You can't, you had to be, you was on school grounds. Like you had to literally live. And that shit was hard as fuck. I actually played another crazy show I played for, I can't remember the beer. It was a beer sponsorship show in Boston at a metal bar, like a bar that usually mostly metal bands play at, so I had this huge metal fan base. And, at the time I had my style of music, it was something you can mosh pit to. And I remember me and Skywalker, we played this show in Boston. It's probably in front of probably like 20 people. And I would say it was like 16 people and 4 girls. And as soon as we started rapping, they just started beating the bitches up. I don't, mosh pitting. Like I had to stop. I didn't finish the show. I actually stopped the show. And I finished the show, which, okay, since we want to be on some real shit and we want to talk about some shit, let me tell y'all motherfuckers how this goes. So y'all remember, I made my album O, and O had a lot of those festival banger type of shit for the ladies, twerk that ass, shake your ass, eating pussy, this and that and this. So I made that album, and yes, it actually was the most successful album that I made. It charted Billboard. It did its thing, you know. It was a great album. I was able to, tour that album for years. And, you know, most of my songs that I perform in real life festival settings come from that album. And I remember before I made a trashy exhibition, I would be playing, and the type of fan base that was in the crowd that I would see, which was like these college like frat boy type of dudes that I would never hang with in my real life. You know, so, you know, it's a thing where people always be like, don't meet your idols type of shit. It's a thing that for artists too, it's almost like don't meet your fans if you want to make money. Because if you want to make money, if you pertain to the fans that you really like, that ain't what's gonna really make you money. So I had this like whole college frat boy fan base, and what happened was that the girls that would come to my show, they treated them a certain way because they felt like, oh, you a fan of Danny Brown, you a freak. You know, so they were actually, you know, creepy and touchy. So I would always get these messages from girls that would tell me like, you know, like, I love you, Danny, and I want to come to your shows and this and that, but the dudes at your shows are creepy, and I can't. So it got to the point I remember playing shows, and before I knew it, it was a sausage fest. You know, I'm not making like love you records that you will take a bitch on a date to, you know? So when I made a trashy exhibition, that was like a total point in my mind that I wasn't going to make music like that. I was going to make music that I was a representation of what I wanted to, the type of fan base that I wanted to see at my shows at the time. And yeah, I made that album, which a lot of people love. It's a great album, but the fan base to that album, it's no more bitches at the shows now. Like, it's not, I don't have no, like, so maybe we can change that. I don't know. So yeah, I would say that. That's what, it was a conscious decision for me to, because a lot of people just thought that's all I was about. Like, Danny Brown just make eat your pussy records and sexual songs and all this and all that and all that. And so a trashy exhibition was me going, you know, I mean, of course, it's a bar here and there and this and that, but all right, whatever. Shooting my shot in the Uber. Yo, Danny, I'm a bit starstruck right now. I recently got out of an 8-year relationship in which I was getting beat up every day. She became an aggressive alcoholic. Damn. See, a lot of people don't talk about that, like domestic violence towards men. Niggas be getting their ass whooped all the time, man. So yeah, after years of dealing with it, I finally left her. I moved out to Texas for work and have been spending a lot of time alone. I honestly feel like I'm the best version of myself right now. Well, shouts out to you. Recently, I met this super cool and hot Uber driver. I just told you about Uber drivers, man. Like, do she love the game? Like, I only want Uber drivers that do this shit for the game. Like, man, I'll be an Uber driver for free. The money just comes. Like, how I feel about rap music, I only want top-notch Uber drivers, man. I feel like the ratings now are, because I be seeing motherfuckers with 4.6 4.6 4 point. That shit ain't, you not a 4-point driver, man. You a 3. The 4s is 3s now. That's what we going on with Uber ratings now. Take it down a notch. Take it down to 1. All the 4 point something, that ain't 4, that's a 3 point. You get me? So, all right, we got to talking on a 30-minute ride at the end. This shit sound like the beginning of a porno. I asked for a number. She gave it to me. We supposed to go to the beach the next weekend, but I'm kind of terrified, to be honest. I've been out the game for so long, I felt like a buster. That was funny. That's like aggressive. I feel like a buster. This nigga from the West Coast. For asking, but she wouldn't even give me her number, whatever. I thought you said, hold up. I've been out the game for so long, I feel like a busker asking, but I feel like she wouldn't have given me her number if there wasn't some mutual vibes going on. My question is, am I scrubbing hitting on an Uber driver, or are we just reading the room out? Let me tell you like this. Shouts out to homie Doug. I really feel like you a high-level gentleman. A lot of these niggas scared to hit on a bitch in public, or they ain't even got the type of game to even finesse that type of situation. All these motherfuckers out here, they just hopping in DMs. They just being simps, liking shit. Like, a nigga be liking a bitch shit for months before he actually just send the shot. You know what I'm saying? Be simping, saying nice shit to the bitch under her pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even really like flirting, but just saying cool shit, like sending emojis and like acting like a fan of a normal bitch that ain't supposed to have fans. That's what niggas be doing. And then y'all be boosting their heads up and going crazy. The real shit, man, is approaching the bitch now and talking to her and letting her, but what you can't do now, you might get canceled. It might be, if you like walk up to a bitch like, man, you bad than a motherfucker. Cause my game ain't no, I got some 19 80. I'm like, bro, I even like, I was saying the word female. Shouts out to Darp. Darp told me the word female is fucked up. I'm like, what? I can't say female. So imagine what I'm saying, like me. So obviously me trying to like run game or like trying to pick up a bitch on the street, which I don't do because I'm a one woman man right now. I really love my baby at home. But I'm saying, if I was to like walk up on a bitch in the streets and be like, you know, what's up? What's your name? Can I get your number? What's up, baby? You know, it ain't gonna come out like that. It's gonna be some creep. It's gonna sound creepy regardless of what I can think of in my head, you know? Like, damn, bitch, you bad than a motherfucker. Where your nigga at? You know what I'm saying? Some dumb shit like that. So I ain't saying I got a game like that. So, but so when a bitch fuck with it, she fuck, you know what I'm saying? Some real shit. It's almost like, so yeah, I really feel like we need to go back to approaching women and not sliding the DMs, you know? But I would say for you, man, nah, you sound like a cool ass dude, man. You ain't no buster. You bagged the Uber driver. So tell that bitch come pick you up. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real. Sound like some 30-year-old shit going on over there. Cause that be the thing, man. My you know, I'm older, man. And I always think about like I would say my granddad, I always told you my granddad was like, man, Danny, you always gonna have bitches and this and that. But he also told me that you need to get a young bitch. Because you don't want no bitch dying. You don't want no, you know what I'm saying? Like you want a bitch taking care of you. So get you a young bitch, you know what I'm saying? And which was his karma. I will say my grandma died before him. And she was way healthier. Like we never would have seen that coming, you know? She died before him, my great grandma. And it was torture for him when she died. I remember, like, cause he would like, sometimes he called her mama, like I called. I mean, I was like it, but he would call her mama. I mean, sometimes, like, you know, I told you he was blind and all type. He probably was seeing all type of shit. He was fucked up. But he would, every now and then, he'd like go through like some crazy shit, like almost like a trip or something. He'd be like, mama, he'd be calling for her, but she wasn't there. Like going through a trip, like come and get me, like save me, like help me, do some shit. Cause we were all like taking everybody. I wasn't taking care. I ain't about to sit there and lie. I was selling crack. My grandma, cousin, everybody, I wiping his ass and shit like that. One time, man, I saw, man, my cousin was wiping his ass. And that nigga was bent over, he's wiping his ass, and this nigga balls was touching the ground. I'm like, damn, this shit was dragged. Like, I'm like, man, this nigga, like, I'm telling you ain't never seen no shit like 80-year-old balls, man. Like, this shit was crazy. Like, this nigga shit looked like, oh, man. You ever seen, like, if you from Michigan or, like, any cold place when it get, like, real snowy, and then you get the icicles coming from the gutter, and they just be long as fuck. It's like a big piece of ice just hanging from the gutter. That's what this nigga balls look like. And then I was joking about it as a kid. I was like, man, I wasn't a kid. I was a teenager probably. I was joking. He's like, your shit gonna look like that too. And every 10 years, man, my shit been dropped. That motherfuckers, right now, this shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, nigga wear briefs. The motherfuckers be splitting this. The motherfucker a ball come out of each side, just hanging down, you know? So yeah, and having long balls is fucked up too. Have you ever sat on your balls before? Yeah. All right. A sexual girlfriend might be the one. Yo, Danny, I've been seeing my girlfriend for about 3 to 4 months now. Thing is, she's a sexual and I'm not. In fact, I'm bisexual. We're quite literally at the opposite side of the spectrum. Asexual, I only know about that because BoJack Horseman. I think I'm asexual sometimes. I really do. So yeah, shouts out to all the sexuals. But yeah, I would love to be with another asexual girl because I think I'm asexual. We just jack off in the corners and shit. We ain't really got to worry about each other sexual. Like, yeah, I'm saying like we ain't really tripping. We just having a great time because that's what happens a lot of time. Like relationships, you gotta fuck. Sometimes you don't feel like fucking, she gotta fuck. And some girls, like, if you ain't fucking a lot, she might feel like you something going on and this and that. So, but sometimes, like, man, sex to me is like a mental thing, more so than actually a physical. I have to be feeling a certain way to want to have sex. You get what I'm saying? And then it's like almost like streaks. Like I might be like horny as fuck, going crazy for like and then I might not be horny as fuck for like a month and just want to not do nothing and like chill out. Might just want to just not actually do the physical part of it. I might want to just bust a nut, but I don't really want to be humping. I got a motherfucking I got an arterial pelvic tilt. You get what I'm saying? So even though I need to be humping and shit and doing squats sometimes, you know, I just be like, man, I ain't really feeling freaky like that, you know? So, all right. Now, the thing is, me and this girl click. I mean, I never had a girlfriend like her. She has no drama. She's completely honest with me. Thing is, since she's asexual, I'm going to have to wait a bit for sex. She's not totally opposed to it. I'm not getting limited action. She's like, jerk me off, but that's basically it. See, that shit kind of fun too, though. You know what I'm saying? See, I guess that's when you get older and you've done so many drugs and ate all the royal honeys and the Cialises and all that shit, and your dick a little fucked up. Like, it takes a lot to get your shit hard. Like, you gotta taser my taint. You gotta taser my taint for me to get a full boner. So yeah, I'll jab a bitch up. I'll stab a bitch up with some shit, like pull it out. Cause I've seen some crazy shit. But yeah, but she's like, yeah, jerk me. That's what I'm saying. That's fun. My friends are like, you gotta see. All right, I'm not trying to project my shit onto you, but I'm trying to try to show empathy. Okay. So I really think this girl might be the one. So what do? I feel as though I could spend a very long time with her, but the naysayers, my friends, and think that this is some sort of irreparable issue. Is that a word? Irreparable?
Yeah.
All right. So what did you think? Thanks, long time fan. No, I think you really, if you really love her like that, man, I feel like, bro, you got a diamond in the rough, man. A lot of these bitches, horn dogs, man. That bitch will leave you in a heartbeat, cheat on you, and fuck somebody else. You got a bitch, she ain't cheating. She only want to fuck herself. So why not, man? I think that's great. And who knows, man? One day it's gonna, she obviously love you. She gonna hang around you. One day it might change and she might be like that, you know? But I feel like that's great, man. I feel like an asexual woman is a diamond in the rough, and that's a rare gem. And I feel like you got you one, and you should really appreciate what you got and show her all the love and appreciation she need, and be and just really be patient with her. You know, I know you might be tired of jacking off. Like, I'm tired of this shit, but you got a bitch that's down to jack off together. You know, y'all chill out, watch each other porn and shit. Just show me what you like. What you like. See, you need to do drugs. That's all that is. Well, I'm not saying don't do drugs, man. All right, we're gonna do some white people shit.
White people shit.
And they talking about sky camping. So hey, Danny, the ultimate white people shit is sky camping. What is sky camping? I don't know what this is. Camping in the sky, obviously. Oh, and trees and like, oh yeah, white people shit, definitely. My mom and I are both afraid of heights, and she sent me a link to a Facebook album she saw of sky campers. I could not find one person of color among these images. Y'all are too smart for us cornstarch crusaders. Man, I thought the bitch called the nigga monkeypox. The cornstarch crusaders. Oh shit, that shit fire. See, no one know how to be racist besides the actual race. You get what I'm saying? Like, I could be like, that's one thing. Like, white people try to be racist. Black people can be more racist toward black people way more than you can ever be. The same with white people. Because I never would have thought in my head of cornstarch crusaders. That is fucking fire. That literally is. That sounds like a wholesome rock band. Like a Christian rock band. That's up. Motherfuckers do butt rock. Y'all know about butt rock? Cornstarch Crusaders do butt rock. All right. Love to the pie, love to the boo boys. Keep making us laugh. Best wishes, James. Yeah, man, but yeah, no one's doing sky camping. No niggas is doing sky camping. We just don't do risky life shit. And I feel like niggas is always scared of heights, to be honest. I don't know too many niggas that like playing with heights. You know, like 10 feet, basketball rim, dunking, that's it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we dunk. We want to dunk. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas are scared of heights, but we want to dunk. So 10 feet, that's it. Anything else after that, fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Vince Carter, man. You think Vince Carter want to be doing tight-roping, sky camping, doing shit like that? No, but he can fucking put his arm in a rim. He ain't got to do no shit like that. Shouts out to Vince Carter, man. I love Vince Carter, man. What is this? Would you rathers?
Yeah.
Oh, would you rathers? Okay.
Would you rather?
Information time travel. That's what happens when you get older, man. When you get older, man, your bladder is different, man. It ain't what it used to be, man. I used to be able to hold that shit and be like that, man. You know how many times I've pissed on myself? Like, just being old. I pissed on myself so many times. The number one thing for me is being in hotels. like being drunk, going to a bar, hanging out with some bitch, coming back to my hotel room and having to pee so bad in the back of the car. I get in the fucking shit, twitching, I get in the lobby, I'm twitching, get to the hotel, pushing, waiting on the elevator, dying, get in the elevator, I'm dying, I get to the shit, I gotta pee so bad, I run to the motherfucking hotel room, I'm swiping the, it don't work. Red, blah, blah, squeezing it, red, don't work. Then I just piss on myself like, fuck it, at the door, piss on myself. Soon as I use the card, it turned green. I will say this, man, and don't lock me up for being a terrorist. One time I had to pee so bad in the hotel, I just pissed in the ice machine. I'm sorry, man. Please don't nobody cancel me for this shit. Don't do nothing. It was really a bad situation. I had nice clothes on at the time, and I wasn't coming back. I was leaving. But I kept trying to, you never used your key before and got in your room, but they say you can't have it by your phone or whatever, and it fucked the
like
key up.
deactivates.
Yeah,
or
so
right?
I got dressed and shit. I was going to, nice little function. I had I'm dressed nice. Pee like a motherfucker. Leave out the motherfucking hotel room. I'm like, fuck, I gotta pee. Let me go pee real quick. Try to go back in the room. It's red. Oh, I gotta pee now. I'm right by the shit. I'm like, it's ice. Come down, though. I'm not, So I peed in the ice machine. I flushed a whole bunch of ice. I hit the button a lot. You know what I'm saying? I hit the button a lot. They don't think that's...
That doesn't do it. Why not just pee on the floor? Why would you do that?
I had a nice outfit on.
What difference does that make?
And
You would have fucked up the shoes.
Zolo, don't do this, man. I shouldn't have told y'all this, man. I showed y'all how open I'm trying to be on this podcast, man. I'm showing you my faults, my wrongs.
You know what?
I'm taking self-accountability.
I accept you.
I told you it was fucked up, man.
Yeah.
But I'm told you as an older person, it's not making me not have to pee more. If we want to be real about it.
You want to take a break?
No, spin the motherfucking wheel. Spin the motherfucking wheel. I hate filming on Tuesdays, I ain't gonna lie. Cause that's when it comes out and I'll be like, man, did I say some crazy shit? Oh, Bhad Bhabie. Bhad Bhabie exposed a lot of motherfuckers, man, cause as her being as young as she was, I seen a lot of old niggas get creepy about this situation. Like even with all the money she make, I mean, niggas seen her and she's like 17. And I knew what was going on. Y'all niggas just was fan because it's a little girl with some big titties, man. That's fucked up. But I will say, Bhad Bhabie just shows, it's just exposed this, I don't want to say that, man, but it's like an El Chapo situation with this one too. I love Bhad Bhabie. I'm going to say nothing wrong about her. At the end of the day, this is the American dream. Because she ain't even like, this is Danny Brown. Bar for bar can take out any rapper you can think of. I'm nice as fuck when it comes to this rap shit. This bitch got a platinum album, nigga. I ain't even close to ever having anything going platinum. So at the end of the day, she whooped my ass. So shots out, I can't never say nothing wrong with her. She went from Dr. Phil to a platinum album, bro. I've been rapping since I was in kindergarten. What the fuck? So yeah, I love Bhad Bhabie, man. We follow each other on Twitter. So yeah, she the homie, man. I think we cool. I think we cool. Shots, she never need a verse. I know you got like mad millions and shit. So yeah. I do, I help you out. You should let me write for you. You want to come back and do some rap shit and people respect you in the music industry? Holla at your boy. I got some shit for you. I could write some dope tunes for you. I think you got a nice delivery. You got a nice voice. But no, actually, while I'm talking shit, homegirl she had that was writing her songs is amazing. So I'm not about to even go out there and think about that shit. I gotta pee like a motherfucker. Can I?
We can wrap it up, man.
All right, we out of here, man. I'm sorry I love y'all motherfuckers, man, but I'm 40 years old. 41 at this point. I think it's from dyeing my hair, man. Something with the chemicals and dyeing your hair and shit like that, especially for old niggas. Gonna make your bladder fucked up. Told you about my grandpa balls touching the ground. My shit is touching the thighs right now. So yeah, my balls it's not cool. I ain't gonna say I got like cool looking balls and shit. It's fucked up. So yeah, I'm out of here, man. I love y'all motherfuckers. YB Studios is Daddy Brown. I love y'all. Peace.